All right, guys. So Dave Chappelle went on Joe Rogan and made some interesting comments about Elon Musk's appearance on SNL the night before SNL actually aired. Now, I found these comments interesting because it's actually very true. Apparently, he said that no one is woke enough. Okay, particularly, I guess he's talking about the SNL cast, right? As there was reports that a lot of people were dissatisfied and didn't like the fact that Elon Musk would be hosting SNL. Okay, now I've noticed that from the left as well too when it comes to Elon Musk. You would think that somebody like Elon Musk would be a hero to the left, okay, because Elon Musk is at the forefront of fighting climate change and innovation and technology and, you know, electric cars and all those things that liberals claim they care about, right? Saving the environment, you know, stuff like that. Okay. You would think that the left would accept somebody like him as one of their own. However, Elon, apparently, like Dave Chappelle said, is not woke enough. Because I was on Twitter right before SNL because, you know, it was expected that Elon going on SNL would pump Dogecoin. And I'm pretty sure you guys all know what Dogecoin is. And unfortunately, Elon did not send Dogecoin to the moon. He actually sent it to the center of the earth, right? Because people bought the rumor and sold the news, right? I'm just saying that's probably what people should do 99% of the time, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. It proves true every single time. And I personally believe that the hyper wokeness from SNL contributed to Dogecoin crashing. The SNL cast seems pretty woke to me. Okay, it was too woke for me, right? The show was not funny at all. It was not funny at all. Matter of fact, it was painful just to watch. It was very painful. I've never watched SNL before. Never watched it. That was my first time watching it. But, you know, I was saying people on Twitter, liberals, hating Elon Musk, talking about I'm not gonna watch SNL because I can't stand Elon Musk. He's a billionaire, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, you might not like him as a person, but at the very least, do you want to make some money? Right? Do you want to at least have an opportunity to make some money? Okay, even though that's not what happened. But if you did watch SNL and you were paying attention to the crypto markets, to Doge, you might have known about these other dog meme coins that a lot of money actually went into, and you might have made some money off that. Okay, so I'm like, at the very least, you should watch it if you want to make some money. Okay, because that's why everybody else is watching it. But apparently liberals don't like making money, which is not a surprise to me, and that's why they don't like capitalism. Okay, if you don't like making money, you don't like working hard, you don't like taking risks, then you probably won't like capitalism. So let's expand a little bit more on these comments from Dave Chappelle on Joe Rogan's podcast. Comedians Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan speculated that woke culture drove the early backlash to billionaire Elon Musk ahead of his hosting gig on SNL. Chappelle sat for over 3 hours in an episode of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast posted Friday with Musk's divisive foray into sketch comedy, just one of the topics discussed. Rogan speculated that people felt Musk was problematic because of his comments downplaying the COVID-19 pandemic and his vast wealth. Quote, no one is woke enough, Rogan said. They can't appreciate the fact that you're dealing with literally one of the most brilliant men that ever lived. That's gonna come on your show, he went on. Chappelle, puffing a cigarette for much of the interview, found the reaction to Musk puzzling and didn't know what sparked criticism of the pick. He said, quote, again, like you say, no one can be woke enough, Chappelle said. Quote, I'm torn because I'm a warrior for a good cause, but I'm really into tactics, he added. You're not going to nag people into behaving in a way that, in fact, if you continue with this tone, even if you're right, you'll be very hard to hear. So I agree with Dave Chappelle 100% on this. Because even though a lot of these progressives act like they're on the right side of history when it comes to social justice and whatnot, it's really hard for people to get on board with your movement or understand what you're saying when you have to agree with 100% of what they say. And if you don't agree with 100% of what they say and what they want, then they bash you as some type of bigot, racist. Okay, that's what happens, right? And also apparently you got to be poor enough as well in order to be along with the woke crowd. If you're rich and woke, that's not enough for them because they want to also take your wealth as well. Okay. And when you're that extreme in your views, a lot of people are just going to overlook your cause. Even if your cause is right and just, people are just going to overlook it. They're going to ignore it. It will be less legitimate. It's just like I told you guys when it came to that video of those BLM protesters at that intersection blocking all that traffic. You may be protesting for the right cause. Who knows? Maybe the guy was shot unjustly by the police. But do you think you're going to convert people over to your cause when you are in the streets causing people not to be able to get to work on time and, interrupting people's daily lives for your movement? I don't think you're going to win a lot of people over because of that, right? Tactics matter. When you have extreme tactics like that, people are going to be turned off by the movement. Okay, and that's what I try to tell you guys. I think that the biggest strength to the Republican Party right now is the super woke revolutionaries on the left, right? They will turn off normal people in the middle, okay? GOP just has to get their act together and get those people in the middle, and they'll be back in the mainstream. It goes on and says, the interview was recorded before Musk's appearance on SNL as one of the rare hosts who isn't an actor or an athlete. The SpaceX and Tesla leaders' highlights would include a sketch where he dressed as Wario from the Mario Brothers series of video games. Ahead of his appearance, even some of the ensemble cast members reportedly were outraged by his invitation to host the show. Chapelle noted that Musk had been incredibly kind when he met him. Quote, I teased him about being the richest man in the world, Chapelle told Rogan. He took it with good humor. Rogan and Chapelle had met years before, the comedian said, but Chapelle did not remember him. I'm like, I have no recollection, and he looked kind of hurt, Chapelle said. Chapelle himself hosted SNL in November with a monologue focused on COVID-19, where he said it was hilarious that former President Donald Trump got affected with the virus. Now, that's obviously not funny, right? That's not anything to laugh at. Even if somebody you don't like gets the virus, you probably should not be poking fun of that. But other than that, like I said, I think that Rogan and Dave Chappelle are on point with this. Okay, I do think that when it comes to being on the left and being a part of the progressive movement, you can never be woke enough. Okay, you can never be woke enough. And I think that proof of that is look at corporate America. Look how woke corporate America is. I mean, Jesus, guys, we have the CIA. The CIA trying to be super woke. They're out here doing super woke commercials, right? Trying to recruit people, right, to join the intersectionality of overthrowing governments in South America, okay? But at the end of the day, guys, like I said, no matter how woke you are, right, whether you're CIA, whether you're any of these companies, these woke revolutionaries will turn on you because they are too far beyond mainstream. Most of mainstream America, I guarantee you, they may agree with some of the stuff, right, in terms of what they're fighting for, but they don't agree with the tactics, and they don't agree with everything else and all the other baggage that comes along with the woke movement. That's also why you have so many minorities that actually came out and voted for Trump in 2020. Okay, that's why the GOP has incorporated so many of those people. Well, the reason why is because they've been pushed away by the left. Okay, they've been red pill, right? And you red pill people when you're too woke, when you're too far left on these social movements. Okay, too far left. Some of these people are so far left that I really don't think these people believe in the Constitution. Okay, they don't believe in freedom of speech. Okay, they don't believe in your right to carry. They don't believe in freedom of religion. They don't believe in any of that. What they believe in is following their doctrine. And if you don't follow their doctrine of being pro-LGBTQ plus, embracing, extreme feminism, embracing some of these Marxist ideologies, right? Socialism, communism, they won't accept you, right? And it's not like you can embrace some of it and disagree with it, the other stuff. No, you can't do that. You have to be 100% on board with all of it. And if you're not, again, you're a racist, you're a bigot, they kick you out, right? And that's why you have so many people that have been red pilled and have voted for Trump and have come to the right because they've been kicked out from the left. And people like Elon Musk being hated on by the left when he really should be a hero to the left to a certain extent really just makes my point. It really does. Now, me personally, I'm a big fan of Elon Musk. I really like Elon Musk. I think he's a genius. I think that, he's going to be one of those guys that, 100 years from now, 200, 300 years from now, he'll be a name that we still remember. He'll be somebody that we talk about in history books. Okay. And he also, on top of that, has made a lot of people some money, right? Particularly when it comes to cryptocurrency and Doge. So just for that in and of itself, he's done more good for society than all these progressives combined. Okay. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.